This is an update to my knitted mask. Um, I am going to be making these. I'm rewriting the pattern again. Excuse me. So what I'll be doing is uploading a video with another pattern, and I'll probably be making unlisted the patterns I have up right now. What I did, instead of putting snaps and interchangeable liners, which is what I had planned for both of these masks, I have decided, I stitched it right to the knitted portion, and this is the one that you wear the knitting against your face. And I've had this on, and this is the most comfortable mask out of all of them. And what this also does, some of you, I'm sure, are using old t-shirts for a knit fabric to absorb moisture. This is wonderful. This is just wonderful. So what I'm going to do is because I'm going to be using hand spun, so I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to be using hand spun. I'm going to change the pattern a little so there's a little bit of a gusset in the middle, which will allow for a little bit of expansion. But then the actual pattern is going to be that you make a cloth front piece and stitch it right to the fabric. Now, so this obviously isn't for mass producing, maybe, but this is the one I'm going to use for me, because it absolutely absorbs all the moisture. So instead of having interchangeable liners, I'm just going to stitch them. And you also see I have the 1916 Singer 66-1 or 3. It's a 66-3 when you put a hand crank on it, which I have. And I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. I've been using some of the electric machines, and that in combination with listening to the news or watching the news, it's just everything going at a hectic pace. And so I'm suggesting, if you have a hand crank and you're making masks, you use a hand crank. Some people don't like hand crank machines, especially with quilting, because you have a lot of fabric to move around. But with something like this, or the hand crank embroidery videos that I had been doing, what a hand crank gives you is much better control. And what I'm suggesting is that you use that aspect now to take back control. What we can't control is the news, the virus, how many people are getting sick, the worry, the whole thing. But what we can control is our stitching. So I'm going to knit these, and then each one will get a piece on the front. I'm actually going to probably be embroidering whales on here on muslin and then attaching them. I'm going to turn them into art masks. They're separate from the faster masks that I'm doing for other people, but it's another way, similar to my pencil scarf, it's another way to take back some control over a situation. In the meantime, it makes a wonderful mask. And as long as you have yarn and a little scrap of fabric and a sewing machine, you can make yourself one. So I'll be rewriting the pattern after I'm going to knit another one up and with the new pattern, and then I'll post that video.